Montreal, my city. Welcome back to the Morning Detour Black History Month. The next 28 days. This is our Grammys. This is our Super Bowl. This is our All-Star Game, all rolled up into one. Make sure you get that good cream. Some good. Yeah, you know, I have two of those. I don't know. I think you gave me one at the press conference. We'll talk about it after. This morning we have amazing interviews. This is the part one of Leaders of the New School. I wanted to find people in our community that do community work, community facilitators, or just people just good-hearted black individuals in our community. I want to highlight them throughout the month. I don't want to wait for people outside our culture to stamp these individuals here. So this morning, we have Justine Tyrell, Canadian R&B artist. She's performing at Hockey Night in Canada. She's open for Ashanti, over 500,000 streams. So great interview straight out of Calgary. We also have poet, theater performer, producer, artistic director of Mad Poetics Productions, and radio host of CKUT show Soul Perspective. We have the wonderful, the amazing Mr. Kym Ferguson in the building with us.
Yes, y'all. Good evening, good morning, good night.
Yo, why you always gotta come with your voice smoother than mine?
Listen,
why you always try to style off your
I'm as smooth as my body butter. Like, just get used to it. Just love it. You know you like it in your ears, so stop your noise, man. Just enjoy it.
We also have coming up a little later, Spence Telemack, author, speaker, spoken word artist, and advocate. He's coming up later on the show. Co-creator of the Morning Detour, publicist, radio show producer, and founder of the Crown Project. And now, Grammy red carpet interviewer, Lorena Gabriel in the bin. How you doing, Queen?
Good morning. I'm doing good. How are you?
All right, so Lorena, I got some questions for you and Kym about black culture. It's Black History Month. Walk us through. On Sunday, you did interviews on the red carpet for the Grammys. I know, virtually, but you still dressed up like you was going to the gala, like you was going to the Kanye after party after Kanye was picking you up with Bianca or something. How did you come about to being a red carpet interviewer for the Grammys?
Actually, red carpet is something I always wanted to try. So I'm always researching stuff. So I researched when they usually start accepting people for media access, and I just reached out to them. They said they'll put me on the newsletter list when they make announcements and stuff. And then when they announced, I applied. I didn't think I was gonna get it because like my show doesn't do numbers like that. But they accepted me for the virtual portion of it. So I was really grateful. And so I didn't know what that consisted of. So shout out to Rudy Blair, because I reached out to him to ask him like, what do I do?
Shout out to Rudy.
So he gave me the rundown. So I just made sure I was ready. I got as many questions as I could for red carpet, because you get access to the red carpet and the media center. So I got to do both, and they run at the same time, so it's a lot. But it was pretty cool. The virtual red carpet was very organized. They let you know like ahead of time who was coming up. If somebody was getting replaced, they let you know, so you could prepare to like raise your hand. And they actually make sure that everybody got to ask questions. They wouldn't like keep picking the same person all the time, which was really cool. The media center, on the other hand, they didn't let you know who was coming. They did not. They hardly pick virtual people because a lot of the large outlets are actually there at the Grammys, so a lot of the questions went to them. But I was really lucky in the media center. They had No Worries, which is Knowledge, and Anderson .Paak, and they actually picked me, and I didn't think they would. And somebody actually took my question beforehand, so I had to kind of like scramble and think of something. But it was pretty cool.
No, that's what's up. Yo, listen. Now the next step, you already have a relationship now with the Grammys. So now the next step is for you to be there in person.
Yeah.
And we're definitely going to fully support you in that endeavor as well. So as we kick off Black History Month, yourself and Kym are both heavily involved in the community, and a lot of people think this thing is selfless. For the most part, it is thankless, right? Like the work you guys do with the Crown Project, with Mad Poetics, with all of your workshops that you do. You do workshops. Yeah. You actually do a transfer of knowledge. Yeah. There's something beautiful about that, because that's ingrained in black culture. Mm-hmm. That's griot. You're a griot. I'm a griot. We're ancestral storytellers. Yeah. So I just want to get you guys' thoughts, as we kick off Black History Month, because I felt like you guys are leaders of the new school. You guys are the definition of black excellence. Montreal won't be the same without you and Lorena. Lorena, CBC changemaker. Yeah. Hold on. It's first time Sean and I put it together. There's two CBC changemakers on the show. Yeah. There's a lot. Oh boy, it's a lot of awards on the Morning Detour this year. Let me tell you that. But this question is for both of you guys. As we celebrate Black History Month, how do you guys both personally define black culture? And what aspects of it do you feel most connected to? I'll start with you, Kym.
How do I define black culture? It's a great question. I've been pondering this actually for quite some time now, because I realize that black doesn't really include a certain group of people, and a certain group of people that it doesn't include is the people who come from the continent.
Yeah.
They are not black. We are black.
Yeah.
All of us that have our ancestry was brought over, whether it's through enslavement or otherwise, brought over to the West. We are black, and why we are black is because white people wouldn't stop stealing our tongues from us, wouldn't stop stealing our culture from us, and wouldn't stop stealing our history from us and our origins. And so we had to come up with a word. We had to come up with, it went from the hard ER to the soft A to Negro to African American, and black I think encompasses all of us.
Yeah.
Right? And there's some people in our communities that like to divide. Oh, I'm Jamaican, I'm Haitian, I'm this, I'm that, but we're all black because we have a similar experience. We have a similar lived experience, and I bet any money that if most of us decided to do our DNA test, we'd be like 49% somewhere in most likely a big part of West Africa. So for me, defining black culture is like it's us, our origins based on where we landed, the differences in where we landed, and what we're most connected to from our islands or from the continent. If people are from the continental part of the States and Canada.
Look at that, man. There's a soul perspectives in the building. I call him Mr. Soul Food, but he has two names now. Mr. Good, Mr. Soul Food. I know what we're going to do now. Now, for you, Lorena, how do you personally define black culture?
It's a bit of the same thing. Like, usually when you think of black culture, a lot of people reference, like, America as black culture, but like Kym was saying, it encompasses everybody from, black Canadians to Caribbeans. Everybody is included. And I just think about all the stuff that we have contributed to the world, everything that we came up with our hairstyles, especially braids, and our food and our style and our slang, everything, our family, our traditions that we do have, that's black culture to me.
And not only that, like stoplights. People don't know this, but he's a black man that invented stoplights. Yeah?
I've been saying it.
That man is turning in his grave, though, because of the amount of money that the police are making off of the stoplights, bro.
Because what people